Hey everybody, welcome to my next singing video here on YouTube. Well, before I get started today, I found out a little bit of bad news last night, and I wanted to dedicate this video to the memory of David Landry, the father of my colleague Tracy Landry at work, and the husband of my former boss, Betty Landry. I found out that he just passed away on Friday night, so I'm going to dedicate this video to him. Today's video is of a song called Long May You Run. It's by the Stills Young Band from 1976, written by Neil Young. This is my first Stills Young Band song on my YouTube playlist, my karaoke songs, and it'll probably be my only one. And it's my 249th video on there in total. So one more and a quarter of the way to 1,000 videos, imagine that. I was hoping to use Carafun for the music on this one, but unfortunately the rights holders of the song won't allow it to be distributed on karaoke platforms. So I'll just have to use the YouTube video that I used to put the lyrics down last night. The first time I remember hearing this song was on the televised Farm Aid concert organized by Neil Young, Willie Nelson, and John Mellencamp. That was probably back in the late 80s or early 90s. It was back when I was a teenager. I wonder if Farm Aid is still going. I never hear it advertised or have seen it for many years on TV. But if it is still going, it should be on around this time of year, I think. Maybe as late as early fall. Seemed like it was in the summer when it used to be on. But this song is an elegy to Neil Young's first car. It was a 1948 Buick Roadmaster hearse named Mort, also known as Mortimer Hearseberg. That was the inspiration for this song. I was mistaken about this in the details. I had thought Young's car that broke down when its transmission blew in Blind River, Ontario along the Trans-Canada Highway, or Highway 17, was a 59 Buick. But I had kind of romanticized the, quote, damn old 59 Buick, unquote, after seeing Paul Sawyer, who used to manage Richmond International Raceway in Virginia, tell a story about one on the old Speed Channel TV show Legends of Stock Car Racing. I think it was a story about Curtis Turner driving one into a hotel swimming pool for a prank. But I digress. Back to Long May You Run. In 1976, Stephen Stills and Neil Young formed the Stills Young Band and released the album Long May You Run. During the short-lived collaboration, the two wrote separately for the album, with Stills adding 4 songs and Young adding 5, including the title track. Young also chose the song for his 1976 compilation, Decade, and on January 22nd, 2010, he performed Long May You Run on the final episode of The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. And he also performed this song at the closing ceremonies of the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympic Games, to an ovation of Canadian audience members. I may have watched his performance on TV, although I don't specifically remember it. The third verse of the song is interesting to me. In it, Young speculates that maybe the Beach Boys somehow ended up with Mort and were using it to take them surfing. The last line, "Getting to the surf on time," seems like a variation on the common phrase of those about to be married, "Get me to the church on time." I can recall singing "Get Me to the Church on Time" in grade school in a Cockney sort of accent. A little bit about songwriter Neil Young. He has written or co-written 230 songs that have been recorded or released by more than one artist, including Long May You Run, from Aurora by the Squires in 1963 to Almost Always by Neil Young and Promise of the Real in December 2017. The Stills Young Band made the original recording of Long May You Run on February the 5th, 1976, at Criteria Studio in Miami, Florida, co-produced by Don Gehman, Stephen Stills, and Neil Young. The song was released in August 1976 on the Reprise label with B-side 12/8 Blues All the Same, written by Stills. The single failed to chart highly in North America, but but this is one of those cases where lack of chart success doesn't mean it's a bad song. The duo was backed on the recording by Stills' backing band of the time, Joe Lala on percussion, Joe Vitale on drums, George Chocolate Perry on bass, and Jerry Aiello on organ. Long May You Run was track 1 on side 1 and the title track of the Stills Young Band's only album, released on September 20th, 1976 on Reprise. As a single, Long May You Run did best in the Netherlands, where it peaked at number 18 on the single Top 100 chart. It also reached number 76 in France on their single Top 100 chart, and number 122 on the US Record World Singles Chart. 32 cover versions of Long May You Run have been released to date. 28 of those are in English, 3 are instrumentals, and 1 is in Norwegian, written by Age Alexanderson. I've only heard of 5 of the artists who have covered it. So those covers would be by American country and folk singer-songwriter Emmylou Harris on October 18th, 1982, my dad's birthday. A live version on her Warner Brothers Records album, Last Date, by American folk singer-songwriter and novelist Josh Ritter with Canadian singer-songwriter Sarah Harmer in 2004 on Ritter's Independent Records Ireland EP, Snow Is Gone, by American rock singer-songwriter, guitarist, and former member of Neil Young's band Crazy Horse, Nils Lofgren, on May 28, 2008, on his Hypertension music album, The Loner, Nils Sings Neil, a tribute to Neil Young. By American folk rock quartet Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young in 2014, a live version released 40 years after its recording on their Rhino album, CSNY 1974. And by Irish pop music singer-songwriter Brendan McCaughey on March 17th, 2023 on his self-released album Krusty Sessions Volume 1. Other covers are by American acoustic guitarist, singer-songwriter, and harmonica player Dana Erlandson on October 31st, 2002 on his self-released album Two Become One. By Dutch country and western singer Jacqueline van der Griend as Jacqueline V.D. Griend in 2004 on her Star Sound album Jacqueline V.D. Griend Sings the Hits of Emmylou Harris. By American folk music duo Storyhill on June 6, 2005 on their Story Hills Records album Duo Tones, a tribute to duos of the 70s. By Scottish country rockabilly band Union Avenue on December 27, 2005 on their Raucous Records album Now Here's Union Avenue. And by Italian rock band Rusties on May 25, 2007 on their Feel Hippie and Grumpy Productions self-released album Live in Germany, a tribute to Neil Young. There are 22 other cover versions of Long May You Run. It is the 94th most covered work of all works released in 1976. A little bit about Neil Young. Neil Young was born Neil Percival Young on November 12, 1945. So he is now age 78, born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He has had dual Canadian and American citizenship since 2020. He also goes by the name Bernard Shaky. He is also a musician, film director, screenwriter, and environmentalist. He has been active in the music business from 1963 to the present. He's been married 3 times, first to Susan Acevedo from 1968 to 1970 when they were divorced. Second to American singer, songwriter, environmentalist, educator, and philanthropist Peggy Morton from 1978 to 2014 when they were divorced. And third to American actress Daryl Hannah, one of my favorite actresses, since 2018. He and American actress Carrie Snodgrass lived together for 5 years from 1970 to 1975. He has 3 children. His father was Scott Young, a Canadian journalist, sports writer, and novelist. 3 of my favorite books as a kid were his Scrubs on Skates, Boy on Defense, and Boy at the Leafs Camp. It didn't make me a Leafs fan, though. Let's go Red Wings. Neil Young's sister is Canadian musician Astrid Young. His musical career started in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, in junior high school. He performs in the rock, folk rock, country rock, and grunge genres. He plays guitar, harmonica, and keyboards. He's recorded for major labels Warner Brothers, Atco, Atlantic, and Geffen, in addition to Reprise. He is a member of Crazy Horse. He's a former member of Canadian band The Squires, Canadian R&B band, the Minor Birds, with Rick James, rock band Buffalo Springfield, and folk rock supergroup Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. And a little bit about Stephen Stills. Stephen Stills was born Stephen Arthur Stills on January 3rd, 1945, so he is now 79. He was born in Dallas, Texas. He's also a songwriter and record producer. He has been active in the music business from 1963 to the present, same time as Neil Young. He has been married 3 times, first to French singer, songwriter, and record producer Veronique Sanson from 1973 to 1979, when they were divorced. Second to Pamela Ann Jordan from 1988 to 1995, when they were divorced. And third to American producer and autism awareness activist, something that's near and dear to my heart, Kristen Stills since 1996. He has 7 children. He performs in the rock, folk, country, and psychedelia genres. He plays guitar, bass guitar, and keyboards. He has recorded for the major labels Atlantic, Columbia, Vision, Raven, Titan/Pyramid, and Talking Elephant, in addition to Reprise. He is a member of blues supergroup The Rides. He is a former member of folk group the O-Go-Go Singers, Buffalo Springfield with Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young with Young, and rock supergroup Manassas. 19 records were released on the Stills Young Band from 1976 to 1977. Their discography includes just the 1 studio album and 2 singles, the other being Midnight on the Bay. Alright, so I'm going to be singing Long May You Run, another song off this list right here, which I've been working on now for a little while, and we'll continue with that for a little while longer. Here we go, Long May You Run. There is no karaoke version, as I said, so it's going to be YouTube and me singing over top of Neil Young. How about that? Okay, let's do this. Whew. Should be ready to go here. Long May You Run. Stills Young Band. 1976, written by Neil Young. Here we go. Gotta get my lyrics page back. Woo. Here we go now. Oops, wrong page. There we go. Organization's not my greatest strength, but hey, I'm getting by. Here we go. We've been through some things together, with trunks of memories still to come. We found things to do in stormy weather. Long may you run. Long may you run. Long may you run. Although these changes have come, with your chrome heart shining in the sun, long may you run. Well, it was back in Blind River in 1962 when I last saw you live. But we missed that shift on the long decline. Long may you run. Long may you run. Long may you run. Although these changes have come, with your chrome heart shining in the sun, long may you run. Yeah, play it pretty now. Maybe the Beach Boys have got you now, with those waves swinging Carolina, Carolina, rolling down that empty ocean road, getting to the surf on time. Long may you run, long may you run, although these changes have come. With your chrome heart shining in the sun, long may you run. Yeah, it's called Long May You Run. Stills Young Band from 1976. Well, that was some song, eh? Been a while since I did that one, so it was interesting last night trying to refresh my memory on that one. But we got through her all right. And well, that's gonna do it for this time out. But I'll be back in a few days, 3 days actually, with another song. It's one of my favorite songs I've done over there at Dooley's, and it's a song that my friend Joey Paul likes to do over there. It's by the band. What band? The Band. It's a song called The Wait. That's the one I'll have for y'all next time on a video. So join me then. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and bye for now.